Welcome to the introduction to this podcast series. I am a physiotherapist and I have worked with patients in acute care settings for more than 30 years. Being in ICU for me is being in my happy place. I'm sure that some of you won't understand this concept, but I'll try to explain. I thoroughly enjoy seeing how patients respond to the therapy given to them and have a much better and positive outcome than what we originally thought when they were admitted to the unit. I have treated a range of different patients in intensive care, but I've always found those with traumatic injuries to be the most challenging. Yes, as you have guessed from my accent, I am South African. Our country is an emerging market, upper middle income country, and unfortunately the incidence of trauma in our country remains high. Assault is by far the main reason for patients to be admitted with traumatic injury into the ICU, particularly penetrating, blunt, and burn injuries. Other causes of these types of injuries that we see in our intensive care units include road traffic accidents, pedestrian vehicle accidents, and self-inflicted harm. It is often quite daunting to stand at the bedside of a patient with complex traumatic injury, thinking that we need to treat this patient safely and effectively from a physiotherapy point of view. And I'm sure many of our listeners have had similar thoughts. I spent many hours reading widely in the physiology, physiotherapy, and critical care literature to ensure that I update my knowledge frequently and provide safe and effective treatment to my patients. During this time of searching for answers to my many questions in the available literature, it dawned on me that it was quite difficult to find a single source of information that offered these answers. So several years ago, I set out to write a book about trauma and physiotherapy in the acute care setting with the collaboration of Professor Brenda Morrow, a physiotherapy expert. We created and edited the book titled Cardiopulmonary Physiotherapy in Trauma, an evidence-based approach, and this process was facilitated through the collaboration with physiotherapy colleagues from South Africa. Our book was published in 2015. In 2024, we published the second edition of this book in collaboration with physiotherapy colleagues not just from South Africa, but also from the United Kingdom, Australia, and Sweden. In our writing team, we included trauma surgeons, nurses, dietitians, and occupational therapists. So this second edition book is a truly multidisciplinary team effort of which we are very proud. As a physiotherapy researcher and during the process of developing this book, I have had the opportunity to meet several experts in the field of trauma. So the purpose of this podcast series is to provide you with a better understanding of all aspects related to trauma care through my discussions with these clinician and research experts. It is my wish that you find this podcast series beneficial to your own learning wherever you are in the world. I upload new episodes every 2 weeks. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you will join me again.